Hello and welcome to Dancers Support Mission by Sabine for Shine Your Light. Today we have a new episode of Dancer to Dancer Words of Wisdom. I created this platform to meet the person behind the dancer and share with you all not only the highlights of someone's career, but also the challenges behind the scenes. Truly, my wish is to bring healing into the dance world, dancing to heal, healing to dance, one artist at a time, and one personal story at a time. I do believe that storytelling gives us an opportunity to learn from another person's personal experience, and it can shape, strengthen, or challenge our opinions and values. Hopefully, this will allow you to embark or reflect on your own personal healing journey, inspired by others' experiences. And if you find those interviews valuable and interesting, please share them with your friends. And don't forget to send me some feedback. So today I am delighted to welcome Emi Hariyama. Emi, thank you so much for taking the time to be with me. I know you have a very, very, very busy schedule because, you know, I see that on social media that you're always dancing, always organizing something. So that's inspiring, you know, and I would like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much for having me today.
So, Emi, we met when you were such a young puppy still, right? It was in Boston, and that was a long time ago. And I was always very impressed by that little, you know, quarter ballet dancer that would go and dance, you know, full-length Swan Lake in Russia, and, you know, Donkey and whatever, and always with so much ease and confidence, you know. So I just wanted to say, it was always inspiring to be around you. And also we went to Japan with you. It was, you know, that proved that you were such a great organizer as well, because that's what you do a lot lately. So, but let's come back to the beginning, because I want my audience to know, you know, what is the story of each person that I invite on the show. So would you tell us how you started dancing, why you started dancing, and when you decided that this would be your job, I mean, your mission in life, basically?
Yes, I started because my mom wanted. It's my mom is pianist, and my father is clarinetist, also musician. So I born in music family. So music and culture was like always with me, like around me. So it was very natural. So I studied ballet and also piano and painting and stuff like that. Yes. But when I was 10 years old, yes, Royal Ballet from London came to Japan, and I had the possibility to do like little part with them. Yes.
Oh, yeah, when they were on tour.
Yes, on tour. So they picked some Japanese children's, because they couldn't bring
all the children. Yeah.
Yes, and I was one of the someone who's bringing to something for fairies, like it was Sleeping Beauty. Yes, and I saw first time like foreign company, ballet company in the big festival hall with like 3,000 seats with orchestra. And that moment I wanted to be ballerina, and I wanted to dance in outside of Japan. It was 10 years old. But second, my like turning point was when I was 13 years old. I went to first time to foreign country, which was like Soviet Union time. So all country were together.
Yeah.
Still. So, and then I opened my eyes. I wanted to study in there very, very.
So how did you go there? Did you go on holiday? How was that?
No. Osaka city, where I was born. I'm not born, like growing up. And Leningrad is St. Petersburg now.
Yeah.
It changed. Or like sister city.
Okay. All right.
Yes, and one of the project they were doing, so some students are going there and study ballet at the Waganwa Ballet.
Okay.
Waganwa Academy, yes. So I was one of these few.
So, but did you do that for a long time? How long did you do that the first time?
So first time I went to for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Or like short period of time, yes.
So, I mean, already you were quite independent because, you know, a 13-year-old girl going 2 weeks to, you know, Leningrad or St. Petersburg, it's not, you know, it's not necessarily easy.
Yes, it was not easy, and it was not easy time too.
Yeah.
Because it was still like, yeah. But I thought I have to study ballet if I want to be ballerina. Like really, it's not staying in Japan, somewhere like to study ballet. Because in Japan, you have to go to school, normal school, like junior high school or elementary school. Then after evening, we go to private studio or ballet studio to do ballet. Yeah. So I wanted to study ballet, and then maybe something.
So then what happened? How did you move out of Japan?
Yes, and then when I was going back and forth, and then second time I went to Moscow to Bolshoi Ballet School Academy, and both academies said that I can come for a long time. So I finished my junior high school in Japan because it was I must do it. I had to do it at that time. So then when I was 16, I completely left Japan. And since then, I was almost 30 years. I was
abroad.
Yes.
Wow. But I mean, so then after the school in Bolshoi, what happened?
What happened? I studied dance as professionally in Moscow.
Yeah.
In a company after my course exam. It's like a exam, like final exam. Some company offer me the jobs.
So where did you go?
So I went to Moscow Music Academy, Stanislavsky Nemirovich Danchenko. Is the complete name.
Yeah.
And I started my career there, but I wanted to try competition, international competition. So I went to Paris International Competition in 1996, December, alone. And that was my first time going other than Soviet Union, Russia time. And it was Maya Plisetskaya was still. She was the judge and lots of well, anyways, what I wanted to say, I opened my eyes. Wow, such a beautiful city, Paris, you know.
Yeah.
And until that time, I was every day working, but still very dangerous time. And then perestroika time. And I was very concentrating only for ballet, and no other than ballet. But then in the Paris, of course, Paris. And then some company from Germany, example Dresden, offer me to come, and so I opened my career eyes and possibilities. But I was 19, almost something very young. I didn't know how to do it, how to move, or how to, they said to come to company, but I didn't know how. I didn't maybe change the visit card or whatever. So I decided to go to Europa again to do audition tour. It was 97.
But
January.
You already had a contract with Dresden. You didn't take it.
No. Not the contract. I couldn't completely finish my talk.
Okay.
It's like that talk. Because I don't have manager. I don't know anything about. It was my first experience, and I went alone to competition. No teacher, nothing. Yeah. I didn't go. Well, I didn't have even like hotel reservation before. I didn't know how to do it. Yeah, because it's no computer time.
Wow.
So I did in Paris airport. So of course I didn't know how to make a contact and contract or
Yeah.
so, but I remember that company name, so I just visited.
Excellent. Wow. You're such a brave. I mean, it
With
takes
my
a lot of
one bag.
courage to do this, you know? I mean, it's not easy, right? Above all, as you
Very,
said, oops, if you're concentrated on your career only, and then you're like, oh, now I have to actually do something to be able to perform somewhere.
yeah, so, and in that time also, it was no mobile, so you can't find or search anything or book something.
Yeah.
I only booked one-way ticket to Berlin, airplane ticket, and I flew and went to Dresden, and in Berlin I couldn't do audition I wanted because I never contacted them. I,
This is so great.
yeah, well, anyways. Yeah, well, Dresden I did, and then I just remember some company that I knew someone, and I started my trip.
Okay.
Like,
So then what happened from that trip?
that trip, I got some possibility to go to Dresden
Mhm.
and Essen.
Ah, okay.
Essen. And then after 3 weeks, I came back to Moscow,
Okay.
and I what I did, I think I finished my career.
You mean your career? You mean
Not
your study?
career, my company.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
My company one season.
Yeah.
I continued,
Hmm.
and I did Moscow competition and in Moscow and then other competitions. And then I went to Essen after that
Okay.
in Germany. But then it was not for me. I felt a little bit alone, and also tried first time contemporary in Germany.
All right.
Never had the experience, so it was very difficult for me
Yeah.
to start career in Germany because
Did you speak English at all then?
no, no, no,
Okay,
no,
so
no,
that was
really.
also hard because you didn't speak German either,
Very,
right? So
yes, because I had to do everything alone.
yeah,
Uh, in Moscow, everybody helped me, yeah.
yeah,
But in Germany, all very independent. I had to do apartment contract and all this,
yeah. Of course, that's
one
really tough.
process. Then I went also Monaco for 2 months. It was accidentally.
Hmm. You mean
Yeah.
to dance with the company there?
No,
Just,
school.
just
I wanted to go to company,
yeah.
but I was late for audition, Monaco. I couldn't make it at the time.
Mhm.
After 20 hours of trip from Essen.
Wow, you should take the train.
Train, yeah, train delay, and I missed the connection, and finally there, but I couldn't make it on time audition. Going back to station, I don't know what, and then I stopped by in academy, and then yes, Marika
It's
offered me
impressive. Okay,
accidentally, so I stayed 2 months there too.
nice.
Such a career.
That's fantastic. So then what happened after? Because I mean, it's like trying to move mountains, if you don't know
Yes,
anything.
yes.
I mean, it's like
Mm,
it must have been so scary too, because
yeah.
I mean, and very lonely.
But during this career in Essen time, I auditioned and I had a contract in Leipzig with Uwe Scholz that
Okay.
time.
Hmm.
Yeah, Uwe gave me. But anyways, I wanted to try Jackson competition in America, Mississippi. Yes. In June, I think it was 98, I remember, or 97, 98. So I went to Berlin
Yeah.
One teacher from Bolshoi was there teaching, so I visited her and prepared variations in contemporary. I made myself. I choreographed myself because no one to ask. I made costumes and
Oh, you're so amazing, Amy.
because-
But that
yeah,
that actually gave you a great preparation for what you're doing now, right?
yeah. That's why all the experience I was doing is for later. I think
Yeah,
that's just the process.
yeah.
Mm.
So we'll come back to
I
that. So at first, I want to know to come back to Jackson, and then to tell me,
Yeah, I
what you.
made my like open reel, right? Remember that time it's not MD, it's like
Yeah.
big. I made it in the like basement of the company Essen. I asked. Well, anyways, so I went to Jackson competition alone again
Wow.
with yes alone. So then I was in the final, and one company director, Ballet International that time, and Elda Aliyev was director, and then Irina Kolpakova, Vladimir Semyonov was ballet master, mistress. He offered me the job immediately in Jackson.
Mhm.
And I met also Tatiana Terehova that time.
I remember.
She was jury or something. Yeah. And I had 2 days to think about either I keep my contract in Leipzig or try to new career.
But
And
did you actually dance in Leipzig, or you were just
no,
offered a
no,
contract?
no, it was still in Essen time,
Okay, okay, I see.
but Essen time. But I knew that I'm not gonna stay longer,
Yeah.
so I had the offer from Leipzig, and
Mhm.
that June.
Okay.
June.
Yeah. All right.
New season starts like September normally or August.
Oh,
Yeah.
August. Yeah.
Yes. In June, I decided to call Ube.
Mhm.
Chose
Yeah.
first, ask if I want to try new career, it's possible or not, because I signed the contract.
Yeah.
That was the last time I spoke with Ube, because after yeah. But anyways, he said, it's your career, my career. It's okay if you choose to go to America.
Mhm.
My contract, it's okay. No penalty. You decide what you want. So I thought one day, and I called Ube, said, I want to try new career to
Mhm.
go to America because I thought it will never happen again to go to America and try. And the first, my dream ballerina Kolpakova
Yeah.
and like Russian director, I thought I can learn more than like trying to stay in contemporary. I wanted to do like more like classic ballet, but still I was really, it was very, very difficult decision.
Mhm.
But Ube said that, and I decided to take this opportunity to go to America, and I moved to America after
Yeah.
that.
And then, so how did you get to Boston then?
So one season I danced in the Ballet International in Indianapolis, and then I did a lot. Also, I studied a lot. But my dream was dance Swan Lake, full rank.
Mhm.
So, but I thought it would never happen when I stay in Indianapolis because
Why
it
not?
was 20 dancers and there was no repertoire in Swan Lake.
Okay. Okay.
And then Cleveland San Jose Ballet
Yeah.
was doing Swan Lake next season, I knew. And Dennis Nahat, he was teaching in Jackson
Mhm.
competition, like regular class. So I thought maybe I would try. And after season finished, April or May of Indianapolis time, I called Dennis. I want to try to do the audition. So I took a Greyhound bus, went to Cleveland. I did audition, and he took me.
Wow.
And I thought maybe I will have a chance to do the Swan Lake, maybe some future. And that season, my first season, he gave me Odette and Odile.
Wow.
Yes. So it was my dream, and dream came true. Like
Yeah, I
my
think you were made for that role, though. you know, the lines
Well,
and everything. It's and you, I mean, and you have the strength to do it too. So it was.
yes,
I
and I
want to say a
invited
little.
my
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
yes, invited my parents first time
Ah, okay.
to see my Swan Lake debut. That was my dream too. But second season of Cleveland San Jose Ballet, they bankrupt.
They what? Oh, bankrupt. Right,
Bankrupt.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had I lost a job in one day, everybody. But then there's an opportunity to go to San Jose to move and start a new company as well. But it was not stable. That period, in during this, I lost a job. What to do? I contacted Boston Ballet, Maina.
Yeah, yeah.
Maina gave. So then I went to Boston and then did audition. And then I got the possibility also.
Yeah, I know.
Boston Ballet.
So I want to tell a little anecdote about Boston because I remember, you know, because you were in the corps de ballet at the time, you know, and it was the beginning, and you had asked Gail, you know, to dance Don Quixote with you, remember, to go to Japan. And I was asking Terechova about you, you know, because I, you know, I also just arrived, so I didn't know. And she said to me, you know, she's very shy, she's very Japanese and very, you know, humble and everything, but she's absolutely amazing. And that's what she told me. She says, you know, she goes on stage and then you wonder, you know, who is this woman, you know? So and then so I started looking at you. I was like, I'm interested, and it's true, you know. It's like you're very, of course, Japanese people are usually very, you know, humble and, you know, very polite and everything, but you have this this power inside that's quite amazing, you know. So
I don't know, but the things is like Mena offered me the job, or no later. Well, anyways, so Mena never.
no, I know, because we had the same thing. We went there for Mena and then it was not Mena.
So that was, but I thought I also had to think and then talk with Denise because I loved working with Denise. But the company was like now as unstable, and that point we had to move and then bankrupt, and I don't know how to start, and so and then I knew that the Teleho was there.
Yeah,
you know,
Belgium.
Tatiana.
Yeah,
And that was also it's my big chance to learn something, and only because it was last minute things that I got an answer, and they offer me like this job. It was only possible, I think something was opened up, and so I decided to take Boston, not staying there. And Cleveland offered me such a fantastic offer, and I was principal and dancing everything. But I thought maybe I will challenge with the Boston Ballet with new, and also Tatiana will never happen, you know, again. And so I moved to Boston.
And so after that, because you know, you kept on going.
And then second year, I had a like problem with ankle, and they offer me 3 times surgery. Like first time, they said they will take the extra bone, you know, extra.
Yeah, they seem to have done that with a lot of people, huh?
Yeah, so because then I had a fever, so I had to cancel it and then do another. The second time, again, I had fever. I never had something like that. I think my body or something are like, please don't do. So they were like pushing me to do. So I decided to do the little pause in Boston Ballet after second year because my ankle little like problem. So I went back to Japan. And after 2 months, the pain gone. It was very interesting. And that moment I started to do the tour, like free tour. And then I saw the audition in Berlin Ballet, Berlin Staatsballet. Malakhov is doing worldwide audition because 3 companies in Berlin, Komisch Oper, Deutsche Oper, Staatsoper is getting 1 company like Berlin Staatsballet, and then Malakhov is holding worldwide audition. So I decided to do it after this touring lots, and I was dancing a lot of places now, like touring with other members, groups, and so.
But you also danced a lot. You went guesting in Russia quite a bit, I remember.
Yes, I was traveling a lot in Russia and in groups and dancing, and dance Swan Lake and Giselle and also Mihailovsky and other companies, and in America guesting. Then I went to audition. I had no connections, so I went to open audition in Berlin with the number Zekken 40 something. And then Malakhov took me. So then I decided to move to Berlin.
Okay, and you stayed quite a long time there.
10 years.
Okay.
While Malakhov was director, 10 years, I stayed from his first year till the end. And we danced together. The last performance was Tchaikovsky for him and for me as well. Yeah,
because then you started, because you didn't stop dancing, but you stopped dancing in the company, right? And you're still super busy with like 1,000 projects, So would you tell us a little bit about that? Because this is your new, the continuation of.
And then after my finished professional career, I was 30-something years, and still I did a lot collaboration in Berlin, interesting. I did with Berlin Philharmonic 3 times, like officially, and then went to tour together in Baden-Baden, and they met so many interesting artists, painter or sculpture and musician live and the Butoh dance. And then that was my also experience that I could do something other than company in Berlin, because it's like a little New York energy.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And improvisation I never had, but I started to do and I liked it. And that experience was like, I wanted more. I wanted to continue more after I finished dancing. So I did 3 years. I gave, for me, freedom. Whatever I want to do it in where I never planned. It happened. So I was also like teaching, coaching Malakhov as Malakhov's assistant. Went to like Slovakia or Croatian national company, but I did my own stuff. I started like producing performance. But I started my family performance with orchestra already when I was in America.
Like, I remember because we went there
years ago.
Yes. And it was really fun. Yes. And it's quite amazing to see that your whole family is involved. It's very beautiful.
Yes, I did dancing part and my parents did music part, organized the orchestra. But this also experience was like, it was good preparation for me to do bigger.
But so now you're based in Japan mostly.
Well, it's just because Kobe College offered me visiting professor job. So I never graduated college, but I came Japan as a professor.
This is cool.
It's really interesting. So and then I, of course, took it and I tried 3 years. Then in 3 years, I was going back and forth Japan, and also they gave me freedom to try. So I made a tour. I went to Kazakhstan and with like 37 dancers collected and made a like project company and stuff like that. But 2020, when Corona started, and that year I was planning to go back to Berlin again, based in Europe after 3 years of Japan professor, and I couldn't go back I couldn't go anywhere out of Japan because then I was in Japan. So, and I stayed in Japan and started to project with like filming outside. And this one is the one of the my
Beautiful,
first.
yeah.
I was in Lake
Yeah.
and I collaborated alone because of Corona. No one was there, and I offered like professional cameraman, and I started to do the video
Nice.
and Zoom lesson with other like international ballet schools and like national companies and yeah, Zoom lesson
So,
with
but
like children.
what kind of professor are you then? What are you teaching? What is your
I was teaching ballet, music
as a
department, there's dance department, and I was
okay,
teaching ballet. Mhm.
nice. Okay, so you're still doing that or you stopped that?
No. When I wanted to quit,
Yeah?
not quit, I just stopped after 3 years.
Yeah.
I started in 2017 to 2020,
Yeah.
and that's because my it was like end of March because Japan season starts April. And this
Ah,
February, March, it started Corona. So I
yeah.
couldn't go anywhere. I lost my job, not the job,
Yeah.
but as a professor, I
Yeah.
finished. And so I had to do something, but no one could do anything that period,
Yeah.
Corona. So I stayed in Japan. And of course, everybody thought it would be like 3 months or then it's 1 year. No one
And
couldn't
yeah.
move. Right? And that moment, I had the possibility to dance and create, to do something in this here in Awaji Island. Yes,
Okay.
2020 summer, I was only alone and no one knew what is ballet in this little
All
island.
right. Okay.
Yes, and I started own performance. Swan Lake I did alone with only partner, little bit growth, like two people,
Yeah.
3 people, 4 people. But I never stopped doing. And in that moment, I had the surgery, my health issue. So
Mhm.
I thought I want to come back to dance when I have a possibility still. I want to dance because that point I was teaching choreographing, doing something, and as a professor I was teaching, but I want to concentrate for dance and
Yeah.
create new things, Japanese ballet or like to tell about ballet, what ballet, but not only like classic ballet. I wanted give and share the power of what culture has like energy or power of like power for tomorrow or some motivation for people
Yeah.
or some
Beauty,
to
I mean, harmony, I think.
yeah,
You know, art
and
is really
heart.
something that brings us
Yes.
closer to ourselves as well.
Yeah, I can't do anymore maybe like 32 30 with like triple, but something emotional,
Hmm.
what the beauty is, what is like really to heart, soul to soul. This
Hmm.
I wanted to very badly, and I almost create everyday performance, even like one audience. Because of Corona, it's not so many, but I just continue dancing and create something like. And then 1 year still Corona didn't finish, and then this things with world issue, Ukraine, and started last year. So I wanted to do something very badly to help not only the people, but like for all the people who are suffering and who need help and who I just wanted to do something. And then now in here, I have like kind of Awaji World Ballet. It's
Hmm.
like kind of company, not company, but like we have staffs who are helping, and then I some company personal group company built a tent theater
Hmm.
for for us, not
Yeah.
for us, but for us to base and then to do some project. So I have a based place, theater
So
there.
say the name again because I have to look it up. I don't know where it is.
The Persona World Tent Theater.
Okay.
So it opened the 24th of August last year.
Okay.
And since then I can perform, we can create something. I started to the academy. So because of teacher from the people here, like 5-6 teachers and dancers here regularly. And then we audition every time and then collect project dancers. And I also became a few years ago director of Toyonaka Performing Arts Center. It's a big theater, and I'm the program director of that theater. So I can
How
do
can
like,
you do all those things, you know, in one life, in one day, you know, because you seem like to be 100,000 things, you know.
yes, you must love, and then you must. I only want to do because I'm very thankful. My life very, very, very not normal.
Yeah.
But I never stopped because I loved ballet, and ballet was my life parallel, and ballet helped me. And ballet helped me to learn, to meet people, one of you, running this, like I bankrupt and company, and I tried Boston and did, and director was not there. Telehua was there because I did Jackson competition alone, and she was helping me, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all connecting, and this is my lifestyle. And I want to thank you from ballet. Not only ballet, ballet is one like Swan Lake, but also dancing, like with music, like to give something to the people, like example, I don't know. It was like myself together. So I want to continue till like I end of my life, maybe something. It's not my job. It's my life. That's why when I want to do it, I do it as joy and with passion. But I also rest, don't worry. I'm not running all the time. But when my character, if I have an idea and want to do it, I never think I do it.
Yeah, and I mean, this is so important. This is a huge strength that you have in the end, because nothing stops you. You just look at it, say, well, I want to do that, up, I'm going there. And
yeah, because if you have possibility and passion, don't wait and don't waste time, because tomorrow is tomorrow. Today is today. This was my 16 years of experience in that time. What happened in when I saw in the eyes and yeah.
so, but what would you say was your biggest challenge as a dancer, you know, or as a student? What would you say was the hardest part?
If you say that was hard time or hardest time, it's hard. But if think about it's my fantastic study was, yeah. I had maybe 100 try, 99 is not worked. Or I never like my performance. But if I like, never progress. And if I said it's hard and stop, and it never. But if hard time is my study also.
What do you mean? I don't understand that.
If everything easy, it's not interesting.
Okay. So, but that's not a challenge then. I mean, so you're saying that no matter how hard it is, in the end, it was, you liked the challenge. You needed that challenge.
Well, if I trust and I want to, it's not hard.
Okay.
It's
But there's still some things in your life that were more challenging than others, you know, as a dancer.
Only one thing it's very hard for me is to understand what really people think about, and the people started to tell me, because it's difference of culture.
Yeah.
I'm Japanese, and Japanese culture is very polite, and which is good. And sometimes it's very difficult to find out if it's really they like or not. And then when I think about too much about, because I want to make people happy, and then sometimes not. And sometimes I think that it's good for students. I'm a very open person, and I open everybody door, but it's sometimes this was not good. What I thought is like good for them,
Yeah.
and then came back that it's not, find out that it's not good, then
Don't like
it's
it.
hard.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I mean, I
really hard.
don't think we can please people. It's just, I think for students, the important thing is to understand that they have to know why they do it, and then they have their own drive, because you know what I mean. It's hard to teach ballet without the pain, without the discipline, without the hard, because it is hard work. I mean, this is, that's why it's such a great
Yeah,
uh,
but it's not like that for me, the hard part, no. How to say in Japan, because I'm very strange person, as I said. Now,
special.
if I want to be same as other people, then I have to study how to talk and how to manage and how to lead, and this is very difficult for me
Mm-hmm.
because I have very strong what I believe that
Yeah, you have a very strong drive, and this is something you cannot teach to anybody because you have it, and
and
that's
one
the hard part
point,
when you're a teacher, because if you're very,
not teacher as human, as
yeah,
teacher, no,
no,
as human life.
yeah, it's
Must
true.
be. In Europe or in America, in other country, I never felt like that. And but when I came back to Japan after a long time, it was very difficult to study as mentality. It's
To
a bit
adapt
difficult.
again. Yeah, because it's very
Yeah, it was
different.
very difficult for me now. But I wanted believe, and I wanted do what I believe that it's good for other people, and then for telling
Your truth.
positive,
Yeah.
yes, give energy for other people. I don't know how, it's very difficult to explain because I'm Japanese but grow up in other countries,
Yeah.
and lots of other culture I knew. I'm it's my insight. So
Well, they're lucky to have you
yeah.
because you're such a combination of so many experiences, so then you can share that with them, directly or indirectly, because very often there's a lot of
Mm.
things that come out of you that you're not even aware of, right? It just happens. So
Mm.
that's beautiful. So, I mean, to wrap it up, because I know you're super busy and you don't have too much time, I'd like to
Mm.
ask you, if there was one advice you would give to a young dancer who start their career now, what would that be?
Don't give up your dream that you dreamed before. It's always have a like up and down.
Mhm.
If you love, you have any power for it.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to say that,
Mhm.
but I want everybody to have dream somewhere
Yeah.
and follow.
So
And
don't stop dreaming.
don't, don't forget to thank you to
Grateful.
everyone who's supporting. Very important. It's not you are living alone and me, myself.
Mhm.
How many people helped me? I don't know. And I can't enough thank you and give back to, yeah, darling, I'm alive. But I always think about people helped me, supported me, you as well. We're connecting
Yeah. Yeah. We make it
always.
a
Yes.
web of heart.
And
Mhm.
yeah, that's too
Yeah. Oh,
important.
well. Amy, thank you so much for
Thank
sharing this.
you.
I mean, I was really interested also to hear about a bit more about all your, because we haven't spoken for such a long time, so
Yeah.
it's really nice to see you, see that you're well, and And I really love seeing how creative you are, you know. I mean, it's just there's no limit, you know. So that's very inspiring to look at. And I invite everybody to follow you, you know, on Instagram and Facebook, because really you
Thank
have so
you.
many projects, you know. So
Mhm.
thank you so much.
I hope I can visit your
Yeah,
country.
I mean, you're more than welcome anytime.
Yeah, I'm
So
coming actually in this summer, maybe.
you
One
are?
this, yes, maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
So thank you
Mhm.
so much and have a great
So
rehearsal.
much for having me. Yes, thank you.